Hi guys, welcome to the navigation video. My goodness, things keep popping up on my computer. My computer has died. I've tried to make this video 3 times, so hopefully the 3rd time is a charm. Here we go. So this is your navigation video. I am walking you through where to find things in Blackboard. Hopefully this will help you be successful this semester. If you've taken an online course before, hopefully you're familiar with Blackboard and how to submit things and the layout. You might even be able to skip this video. I'm going to make it, try to make it short. There are some things I'll say though that might be important, so I would definitely encourage everybody to watch this video, even if you have to watch it like really quickly. Okay, so when you log into Blackboard, you'll be taken to the screen that you see here. If you don't know how to get to this screen, please let me know. I assume that most of you can at least get this far. I'm sure most of you can actually just get all the way through this class without having to watch a video like this, but some people, maybe this is your first online class. So you're going to click into our course. Make sure that you're selecting My Courses and not My Announcements, because if you go to the My Announcements part, you're only going to be able to see the actual announcements and not the whole class. So you have to be in the My Courses section. Open up our class. And when you open our class, the first page that you're going to be at is Enrollment Verification, and this is the start page for the first 5 days of class. So this page you'll see when you log into our course in Blackboard only until Friday, May 25th at midnight. After that, you'll be taken to the announcements page. The reason that this is the opening page for the first 5 days is to remind you to complete the enrollment verification activity. This activity is a syllabus quiz. It will help you, I guess, make sure that you understand the concepts in the class and the policies and things like that, but also it verifies your enrollment. So please make sure that you take it. If you do not complete enrollment verification or complete some other activity before the enrollment verification deadline, then you will be withdrawn from the course. Even if you just log into Blackboard, that's not enough to be considered enrolled. You actually have to do something in the course, and for me that something is the syllabus quiz. Okay, so after the 25th, then you will be taken to a different start page, and that will be the announcements page. And by then, this page might look different. I'll be populating this page with various announcements. I try to send out reminders on the days that things are due. And then if I have just little notes that I want to make, maybe if I'm grading some things and I'm noticing something that a lot of people are doing well, or a lot of people are needing a little extra help on, then I might send out an announcement about it, or if there's just anything that the college wants me to notify you guys about, I'll talk to you about it. Okay, so this is the announcements page. If you've taken an online course, you're familiar with it. I mean, it's essentially the place that I go to communicate with you. So when you log into Blackboard, always make sure that you're checking out to see if there's any new announcements. I'll post them here. I'll also send them to your email. If you're like me, you'll get your email straight to your phone. Bless you. And essentially you'll get probably 1 announcement a week, maybe 2, probably no more than that. I know some people don't like to get a whole lot of emails, so I'll try to keep them short and sweet and to the point. Okay, so the other places that you can go in our class to kind of help you get started with the course and learn some things that you need to know in order to be successful is the Getting Started section. And this is just going to kind of walk you through everything that you need in order to be ready to jump into the coursework. For those of you who are going to, just walk through this class step by step, as opposed to just jump right in, make sure that you complete or look over and review all of these getting started elements as quickly as possible, because getting started is not week 1, it's like day 1. And then you want to make sure that you go into the coursework and complete the week 1 assignments before the 27th. So really this is just, I'm hoping everyone will log in on Monday and that this is what you'll see on Monday. How do you get started? Complete enrollment verification. I've linked it to you here. I've put it over here. It's kind of everywhere in this class to make sure that nobody forgets to do it. Purchase your textbooks. They're listed in the syllabus. It looks like this. Somebody emailed me and asked, could you use the 8th edition? I don't really know. I don't have a copy of the 8th edition. It really just comes down to whether or not it has the same chapter content that my edition has. My edition is the 9th edition. I'm guessing it probably does, but I can't confirm that. If you have the 8th edition already and you're just trying to save money, send me an email maybe with a picture of the chapter content for Unit 1, 2, and 3, and I can let you know if that's the same, because you'll have quizzes on that stuff, and I would hate for you to not buy the book and then do poorly on the quiz. You know, you can always wing it for quiz number 1 and then try something. You maybe buy the book for quiz 2 and 3. Something to think about. Okay. So get your books. They sell online. They sell at the bookstore. I think that they're cheaper online, especially if you get them used. So think about that. Okay. Save a link to the course schedule. So the course schedule, bless you. The course schedule is here. I've got it in Google Drive, and what you're going to see is week 1, week 2, and week 3 are almost finished. I'm still working on some of the lessons for week 3, but as of right now, you'll also see that week 4, 5, and through 10 are kind of blank. So don't print this out. Just save a link to it, because I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to figure out what we're going to read, trying to figure out what you need to know. I want to make this class as, I guess, up-to-date as possible, even though it's, you know, stuff that we're reading from 1865, but I want to just try to keep it fresh. So I'm working on the schedule a little bit, redoing it, so keep checking back. Essentially, you'll find the details in coursework, but if you want to look ahead, you can probably look about 1 to 2 weeks ahead with this course schedule. If anybody is really like, I need to have the schedule for the entire semester, and you want to know when I'm finished with it, send me an email. Ask to maybe request that I email you once I'm totally finished with the schedule, and I'll do that. I'll be happy to do that. That'll like light a fire under my butt too. Okay, so save a link to the course schedule. That might be helpful for you. Do enrollment verification and get started on your week 1 assignments. Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. For ADA purposes, I do have to also link you to some information here. So this is helpful for you in a number of ways. I link you to the course syllabus in a Google Drive document. I also provide a Word document download if you would like to use that instead. The syllabus is up to date, it's ready, it's finished, it's good to go. You can print it if you want to have a printed copy. And then everything below that link to the syllabus is everything that's in the syllabus. This is sort of a new-ish policy. I think some teachers have already been practicing this policy, but it's new because of the ADA requirements that we're learning more about. Just ease of access, essentially. You don't necessarily have to keep downloading the syllabus or opening the link. You can actually find everything that you need right here on this page. You just have to scroll down. So hopefully that will maybe make things a little bit faster for you when you're figuring out this class. Course schedule, I also link to you here with the course schedule. And then there's some information here with my instructor contact. If you watched the syllabus overview video, I think I talked a little bit about the fact that I don't have an office location. I don't have office hours. 1, it's the summer, but 2, I don't live in Wilmington anymore, so you won't ever be able to find me. I've hidden myself, unless you live in Charlotte, and then you can meet me. Okay, so coursework. This is probably where you'll spend 90% of your time in the course. Now, right now, day 1, when you log in, you will not be able to see weeks 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Those I have hidden. And in fact, let me turn on the student preview mode so that I can see what you will see. So when you're in coursework, this is what you'll see. You'll see week 1, Monday through Sunday. Once I complete the lessons and the details for week 2, week 3, etc., I will open those up. So by no means am I trying to force you to go slow week by week. You can absolutely work ahead in this course if you want to, but I'm just not finished yet. So, but I'm done with what you need for right now. So you can open up week 1. And you're going to see a couple things. So you're going to see the texts to read, the required chapter reading here, and then, like I said in the syllabus overview video, you'll always pick 3 of the readings that I'm listing out for you to read. And so with week 1, there's 6 readings, but I just need you to pick 3 of them. By all means, if you want to get the most out of this class as possible, well, 1, just read the whole book, but 2, you could read all the readings. But for those of you who maybe don't have time to read all the readings, you could just pick 3 of them. Okay, so you'll see what you need to read at the top of the page, and this is going to be the structure for every single weekly outline. So once you kind of get the hang of it, weeks 1, 2, and 3, you should be good to go all the way through our 10-week course. Then you'll see the lessons to study. And there's a list of all the lessons within this folder, just so that you know what to expect. You know just by glancing how many there are. For example, there's 6 lessons in week 1. You will see if there's anything I need you to do that week, that those will be below lessons to study. So for example, in week 1, I need you to complete enrollment verification, and note that that is due by Friday, May 25th. I also need you to complete the Unit 1 quiz, so that's on the readings from page 1 through 17. That's that Unit 1 chapter content that I was talking about before with the textbook selection. And then I want you to do the week 1 discussion board, and the details of that are here. And if you scroll down, my little scroll bar is all the way at the bottom, and so that's everything. Some weeks you will have a quiz. Other weeks you will have a response paragraph that's due. You will also find, once I'm finished with that, above the texts to read, you will see a weekly walkthrough video. And that's just kind of talking about what I want you to do that week. So watch that to start. Some people, like I do these for all my classes, sometimes people skip them. And I think that that's fine if you just don't have the time to read it. But if you want to really understand the purpose behind the texts, I'm going to try to go through just a quick summary of the readings so that it'll help you maybe pick out which one sounds most interesting to you. And then I'm also going to kind of talk a little bit more about why I want you to study the lessons to study, and I'll explain the assignments for that week. So I think that watching the weekly videos, you will get content that you wouldn't normally get in an online class. It's sort of that face-to-face component that is usually missing from an online class. So it's up to you if you want to watch it or not. If there's anything important in the video, I will make sure to put it in writing somewhere else in the course. Otherwise, it's just supplemental information. All right, so in the lessons to study, these are structured like learning modules. When you open the folder, you'll see all of the lessons, and they're just in order of how they're listed on the previous page. And if you go into the learning modules, you'll see the table of contents. I'm trying to keep these very short. And the last thing in the table of contents is always the self-assessment. So if you watched my syllabus overview video, you'll know that at the end of every single lesson, so if there's 6 lessons in week 1, that's 6 self-assessments. You have these self-assessments. Now, again, these are optional. These are extra credit. They tell me that you're doing the work. They tell me that you are learning. They tell you that you are learning, but they also help to, I guess, encourage you to do the lessons. You know, in an online class, it's really hard for me to say, I need you to do this, because a lot of this stuff is just self-taught, self-paced. So the self-assessments are here to say, hey, you did the lesson, now get a little bit of extra credit. So you'll go through each item in the table. You can navigate the learning module a number of ways. You can either click through the table of contents. You can click through the navigation, I don't know what you want to call this, arrow, I guess. And then there's another one over here. So it really just depends on what you prefer to do. I'm more of a click through the table of contents kind of person. And it just takes you through the stuff that I think that you should learn to be most successful in this course. Now, in terms of the lessons, some lessons are vital to your success, like questioning the text, the netiquette and discussion board, for example. Like, there are some that are just so crucial that I absolutely want you to do them, and I'm gonna explain that to you in the weekly overview videos. But there are other lessons that I think, like for example, the vocabulary lesson. Do you absolutely need to know the difference between dialect and dialogue? Maybe not, but I think that knowing the vocabulary will help you be a better writer, because you can identify, like you're building your literary vocabulary. You can identify things then in your responses, in your discussion board, in your final essay, that maybe you didn't have the word for before. So it's just you're gonna be a better writer if you do these lessons. That's my goal, at least. Okay, so then you get to the self-assessment, and that's just a quiz. You're probably familiar with these quizzes. You open the self-assessment page, you select click to launch, and you're going to see 5 multiple choice questions once you click begin. They will all be listed out on the page. I would encourage you to select your answer and then make sure that it says save, or if it's not saying save, to go ahead and click save answer. When you are finished, you can save and submit. If you didn't answer all the questions, depending on what browser you're using, you might get a notification. I don't care. I'm just going to click submit. And then it will tell you some information. It says click OK to review. It's going to automatically grade these because they're all multiple choice. You can click OK. And you can see, like, congratulations, you got half a point. Good job. And you can just kind of go through and figure that out. Now, every self-assessment gives you 2 opportunities to complete. So you can click OK again and click to launch if you want to go back through and make any changes to your answers. You just have to do the whole thing over again. But it's only 5 questions. So that's how you get your extra credit points. All right. In terms of navigation, when you're trying to find your way through Blackboard, you can either use this toolbar to the side, or you can use the toolbar that pops up on top. I like this toolbar, so I'm going to go back here. Lessons to study, enrollment verification, quiz. I think I've pretty much covered everything in the coursework section. So each week you will basically see what you see here. Sometimes the assignments are different, the lessons will be different, the readings will be different. It just depends on what we're doing that week and what I need you to know. If you have any questions about any of the coursework, like, please, y'all, do not hesitate to ask me. Send me an email. I am happy to answer your questions. Even if you think it's a stupid question, if you can't find something, let me know. I'll make you a little video. I'll walk you through the steps. It's okay. Okay, what's next? Student resources. You can always find your grades in here. Oh, look, y'all, I have half a point. And all of the assignments you'll see here, all of the self-assessments, as I'm updating things, this list will get longer and longer, but really the places you need to look at are here. I will add a column that says what your letter grade is, and I will add a column that says what your percentage is, and you'll also see your total, which is out of 1,000 points. So right now you can probably only see your total. I have half a point of extra credit. Yay, go me. Okay, you're probably familiar with that. Email, excuse me, email, if you need to email me, go to email, go to all instructor users, and then it'll say to Lisa Osborne. You can type your email right here. You can, of course, go through, the CFCC email platform, Gmail, I think is what we use. If you want to, that's totally fine. Why am I in the middle of the page? And And then I've also got a page of resources for you. I promise this video is going to be over soon. Student help resources. This is all the stuff that CFCC has to offer for you for help. There's a bunch of information that really, if you're looking for something, I'm hoping that you can find it here. But there are some tutorials in Blackboard that you have. I've created these. They're just little documents with pictures. I made them a long time ago, so Blackboard might look a little bit outdated. That's okay. If you have a question, just let me know. The other stuff that's in here is just some quick troubleshooting stuff, like big questions that I've had in the past. If you can't download something from Blackboard, maybe change your browser. I think Internet Explorer has trouble with that sometimes. Maybe if you're looking for a link to an assignment in Blackboard, select the title. That's often the issue. If you get an error message, sometimes that just means that you need to log back into Blackboard. If you can't find what you're looking for, two things, just keep looking or send me an email. But PSA, don't not know where you're going at the last minute. Because if you email me 3 minutes before an assignment is due saying you can't find the assignment, I'm probably not going to have time to respond, and then you're going to have to turn the assignment in late. So know where everything is and know what you don't know so that you can ask me about it with enough extra time so that you can get the answer and complete your work. The other thing that's in here is just the Writing Lab Resource Center info. I think this is up to date, but the link is here so you can double check for me. Okay, so that is everything. That's how to navigate Blackboard. If there's something I've skipped over, if there's something you have questions about, please don't hesitate to email me. I'm serious about that, y'all. I have no problem answering 100 emails from you. I really, really don't. You don't have to apologize. A lot of people are like, I'm sorry I'm emailing you so many times. That's okay. Okay, let me know if you have questions. Thank you for watching this video.